Mm.
What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast, and you have got your usual suspects up in this place. What is up, Tate, man? How you doing, bro? First and foremost, let me stop. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tate. Man, it's Tate's birthday yesterday, not today, but we're going to celebrate him because, of course, it's the Know It All podcast, man. So happy birthday to Big Tate. But Tate, what's good, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm doing good, man. I appreciate it, man. I've had a great birthday weekend, man. My family was here. We ordered wings and pizza yesterday for the house. All kinds of love. I'm- I'm glad that my podcast is good. And I had a great birthday.
Okay, so you went out for a second, man. I don't know what it was, but I heard you say you had a great birthday. That's all that matters, man. Everybody in the chat, what's popping? What's popping? Tim, Afton, Bishop, Claude, excuse me. What's up to you guys? Hey, Tate, man, Tate, G, what's popping, man? Holla at me.
Man, like I said, just reiterating the fact, happy birthday to my boy Tay Boy Fresh. He's the old fella now. He a little long in the tooth. Got me by a few weeks, man. That's for sure, for sure. But man, hey, look, man, we had a great first weekend of college football. We got a lot going on with NFL stuff. I'm gonna go in hard on a couple of guys, man. But a couple of guys, we got to give them their flowers for what they pulled off yesterday. So I'm excited about the show. For
Hey
sure, for
man,
sure.
I am ecstatic and ready to get into it, man. We're gonna jump into it. But first and foremost, right now where you sitting, right now where you are, I want you to like and share. Like and subscribe. Like and share on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications and you'll know that we're here. The Know It Alls are right there on time doing what they do. Make sure that you hit the like button on YouTube. That helps the algorithm. Let people know that we here. So more people need to get that button. And we're also definitely in search of that 400 subscriber. We're going hard for that. Help us to reach our goal of getting to 1,000, but we want to get to that 400. 400s first. We'll get to 1,000 in a minute. Amen. But look, before we get into what we're about to talk about, let's definitely get into this. And man, we back. We about to get into it. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, the biggest news of this weekend, the biggest news, Deion Sanders. They go
Man,
out there and they take TCU, and it's a barn burner. Yeah, everybody's head was on fire, and they played some football yesterday, man. And you know what? We have been going through the schedule. I told you they were going. I had bets all over this place that Deion is going to win more than 6 games. I say he wins 7. That was where we were at. 7 was my floor. 8 being my ceiling. I still hold fast to that 7. They got some things they got to clean up on defense, but shoot, let's just talk about the fact that they won, man. They won. Talk to me, man. How did you feel watching this game transpire? Did you see this game live?
Yeah, I was watching it. I was surprised, man. Not surprised that they competed. I was surprised that they won.
mm,
I mean, I really expected Dion to come in and turn the culture around and them to kind of compete in every game right away, but not necessarily win more than 5 or 6 games, but to compete, but to come in and go on the road and be the top 17, number 17 team in the country who was just in the national championship last year.
Yeah.
That's big.
Huge.
And Shedeur Sanders for week 1 is the Heisman favorite, even ahead of Caleb Williams.
Shedeur, I'd be willing to argue Travis Hunter, but I think it's both of them in this conversation. Gee,
What was it? 5'10" and 4 touchdowns?
510 yards, 38 of 47, 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, it's Shedeur right now, front runner, and that's coming off. I think Caleb Williams had a 5 touchdown game yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. G, what you thinking, man? Holla at me.
Well, Deion Sanders, man, has proven that not only is a culture changer, he's a tier 1 coach. They might not be a tier 1 program as of today, but he's a tier 1 coach. And the thing that a lot of the haters are not going to want about Coach Prime is the fact that Deion is changing college football right in front of your face. You don't want Deion Sanders talking to the opposing team's players after the game. Because if there's any doubt or anything that you think about this kid might transfer, they're going to hit the portal. Prime is setting it up for Colorado to be the landing spot across the board for college football players, good big-time college football players. I saw him hug and embrace that TCU kid after the game. I'm telling you right now, that kid's going to be in the portal to Colorado very shortly. Because Deion is showing that it's not just his swagger, it's not just his talk. He gets those kids to believe. And there's nothing in the world like having a coach that really pumps into you that you can believe. Now, he's got horses everywhere. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. We said it all of us have said. Skill position-wise, back end offensive skill, defensive skill position, DBs and stuff, he got horses. But the issue is, are they going to hold up in the line? But this sets Deion up to go 3-0 right off the gate because they're going to whoop Nebraska. And they're going to whoop Colorado State too. So now you got the 2 games in the middle. Or at Oregon and at home against the USC Trojans. If he splits and goes 4-1, look out. Colorado is headed in the right direction, quick, fast, in a hurry. Specifically by the cultural change by Coach Prime.
Take you about to say something?
No, I ain't nothing to say.
Check it out, man. Here's I want to focus on a couple of things. Travis Hunter is really him. I just need you to know he played over 100 plays yesterday. He was thrown at twice. He's thrown at 4 times. Excuse me. Only 1 reception, 1 interception.
Should have had 2. And he had 11 catches for 119 yards. And should have had about 180 yards with 3 touchdowns because he dropped 2 of them. Yeah,
he dropped. Well, he dropped 1. The other one was just overthrown. But I want you guys to check this out. Look at this and look at this. I want you to see 2 things we're gonna look at.
3rd down, Morris intercepted. Wow, Travis Hunter, unbelievable. Hunter.
That's one of the first things, one of the 2 things. But then,
are you kidding me right now? That was wide open from the booth. 100 times out of 100, I see that action from up here. That's a.
So 2 things I want you to notice. Number 1, the coaching, right? If you really got into the dichotomy of it all, you saw that play ran by Colorado and you saw that play ran by TCU. Same play. Right. The difference is that Travis anticipated and brought athleticism to the party, right?
Yeah.
That was just, I mean, and that brings up G's point. Not only is Prime hype, not only is he a person that's going to preach and get everybody into it, he's a dang good coach. Warren Sapp had just said, he was there, he said, the one thing that people can't see at this moment and this time is that this type of coaching isn't usual. It's not normal. They're getting pro-level coaching at this level from Deion Sanders. And that showed because in that same play, Dylan Edwards was open for Colorado, but in this play, Travis Hunter made the interception. I mean, talk to me, man. When you see, and I got to put this in here, you see Deion grab Travis when he came to the sideline. That's not just coaching, man. That's fathering. How do you feel about that? When you saw that, man, how did that make you feel, bro?
Man, Deion just one of them kind of dudes that's connected, man. He's connected with the young people. He's connected with, different his own people. I mean, they've had Cordell Stewart at camp. They had Warren Sapp, Michael Irvin. I mean, they've had all kind of great professional people who've been there, done that, who can kind of, let these kids know what you need to do if you want to be great. And and Deion just is the head of the snake of all that, man. So I mean, I think it's great. It doesn't surprise me, that he's connected. I mean, my wife used to watch that dumb reality show he was on with his family, and he married the babyface old wife.
Yeah,
they whatever that reality show was. I would be in the room sometime and see it, but even then he was connected with young people and his own boys and all that. So none of that is surprise. It's just who he is.
Yeah, I like it, Tate. A great take, man. Great take. G, what did you think when you saw that, man? Kind of, he got the interception and came to Travis and he's talking to him. He's fathering, and you saw him praying for his son before the game. How'd that make you feel, bro?
Couple of points, man. Number one, Deion Sanders said he got a ritual with Shador and his other son, and they walk every game. Shiloh, they walk from the 40 to the end zone, and he's dad from the 40, and then when they get to the end zone, he's coach. But Deion has definitely fathered a lot of the guys, not just those two, but I bet you at least half of the guys on the Colorado Buffalo's roster current today. But even more so, Travis Hunter is really him, man.
Oh, he's
I got a sign I'm going to show about Travis Hunter in a little bit. He is him without a shadow of a doubt. Travis Hunter is probably the best two-way player that we've seen in college football outside of Charles Woodson and Chris Gamble. Charles Woodson winning the Heisman Trophy at the University of Michigan, and Chris Gamble leading Ohio State to a national championship, playing both offensive wide receiver and defensive back. That Travis Hunter kid is him. And so he's a dark horse Heisman, but if he keeps playing the way he's playing, man, look out, man. Look out. Deion's got some horses over there, man. And when I'm telling you that kid is him, he's him.
Yeah, he's Himothy. He's definitely Himothy. Timothy Lyons asked, how did Prime Son do? Claude Bishop answered it. He had 10 tackles yesterday, but he missed 2. And his dad is going to let him know.
The guy scored. He let the guy score when he missed the one.
His dad's definitely going to let him know about that, man. Morpheus said Deion has 20 grad transfers, 25 juniors. He took advantage of NCAA loophole. In a couple weeks, they got Oregon and USC. We'll see how they respond to those 2 games. I'm going to tell you the truth. And you made Tate Boy Fresh sit up, so he got a fresh something to say. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Deion ain't the only one that took advantage of an NCAA loophole. If we're going to say that, Texas State did that. Yeah. Texas State, who just beat Baylor yesterday, right, took advantage of the transfer portal just like anybody else. And every major university has an opportunity to take advantage of the transfer portal. So it's not, I mean, that's not something that you look down on or something that you frown on. The rules are there. They're there. Go ahead, man.
Nah, I didn't really have none, man. I was just sitting up just to adjust my position. But you just informed me that Texas State beat Baylor yesterday?
Texas State beat Baylor. But they were they were 5th in the transfer portal this year. 5th.
I don't care. They're not supposed. How Baylor losing to Texas State? Baylor fell that far off from
transfer portal.
Transfer portal, bro.
Transfer portal is everything, bro. Everything.
So I understand that. So we expecting Texas State to do something this year?
We don't know. That was a good victory. We don't know. I don't know what they look like, but at this point, I can say they definitely won. They definitely beat Baylor, man.
They won the game against UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio for sure. But Texas State could easily win 9-10 games this year. Easily win 9-10 games. Easily. They had the facilities for it too, by the way. My wife is a former employee of Texas State University at San Marcos. And I saw him go from a D2 or D3 all the way to D1 within a couple of years. So they were building a program and building out facilities and stuff years ago when we were in Texas, man.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, Rod said that Chris Gamble isn't in the same conversation as them.
Why not? He played both ways in the NFL and in college.
Rod
Woodson, defensive back, starting defensive back in Carolina, and wide receiver.
Rod Woodson and Travis Hunter on a different level. Chris Gamble did the same thing, but he didn't do the same thing. If you understand,
he played in the pros.
You said Rod Woodson. I'm sure that's just subliminally you mean
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, Woody was that thing at Michigan.
Yeah, but people act like Chris Gamble didn't play both ways in the NFL. He played both ways in the NFL.
But did he do it like Woody?
Yeah, but nobody did it like Charles Woodson. That's why Travis Hunter's in the conversation. There's probably been maybe top five guys that ever ball out on a high D1 level both ways. Chris Gamble deserves to be mentioned in that conversation, but he's definitely not Charles Woodson. Travis Hunter is entering that conversation. So when you start getting a range of guys who play both ways in college on big-time programs to win national championships and in the pros, you got to – and guess what? Guess who else did it? Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders played both ways in college, played both ways in the pros. So Travis Hunter is, to me, is a Deion Sanders clone. He plays like him in a lot of ways, to me. So, I like the kid, and I think the kid's definitely in the running for the Heisman. I'd say he's probably about fifth after week one.
Yeah, I like it. Tate, you have anything? Because I got two more things from this game. So the next thing here is the post-game interview. I like this. This is something that you see. This kind of goes along with what I'm saying as far as Deion and being a father to these kids.
Is here, and wow, did you impress? How proud are you?
Thank you, Jesus. I'm so thankful right now. My son, man.
My pop right here.
My son, my other son.
Yeah.
Man,
You see him talking about his son and then his other son, Travis, who's not really his son, but, he's taking him under his wing. And here's another thing, and I know Tate's going to have something to say about this. I love this soundbite from Shedeur. I loved it. Let's check it out.
Because we knew it the whole time. I'm practicing against the best corner in the world. So my margin of error versus him is very small. I can't miss too far inside, too far outside, because he's going to make a play. But it's just like nobody believed in us, man, and it just showed me a lot about how people is. And they let names and they let Power 5 and stuff get to their head. I think this is the highest passing yards I had in my life. I was just at HBCU, you know what I mean? So
they ain't believe us, but who did?
They ain't believe us, you know what I mean?
So I hear Power 5 thrown around a lot. And I'm just going to tell you, a football player is a football player. You know what I'm saying? A football player is a football player. So you're going to sit up and say that somebody can't play football because they haven't played at a major D1 level or a Power 5 level. I just think that, there's so many players in the NFL that didn't play in Power 5, but they actually are in the NFL and they're exceeding and accelerating and doing things.
Maybe the greatest wide receiver that ever played football, definitely a top 3 running back that ever played football, maybe a top 2 or 3 defensive end that ever played football, are all from HBCUs. So, they can say whatever. Football is football, bro.
I believe you could play at any level. What you think about this, Tate?
I don't disagree with y'all, man. I'd say that the players, Deion recruited those players. They decided to go HBCUs. They could have went to any Power 5 school they wanted to.
Right.
So you got to take that into consideration when we talking about Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, Deion's son, and those players like that. Deion was able to get them to come to an HBCU. Who's the defensive end you speaking of, Big G?
Joe Green.
Okay. Yeah.
Joe Green, top 3 ever defensive end in the history of football. HBCU.
Is there a player right now in the NFL that's an elite player in the NFL that you can name that went to a non-Power 5 school?
I'd have to think about it. I'd have to go through it. I'm quite sure there is.
I'm just
top
DeMarcus.
Positions.
I could just off the top of my head, DeMarcus Ware was at Troy, and that wasn't Power 5 when he was there, right? You know what I'm saying? That's somebody who came.
You saying right now though? You saying right now? In the league? I don't know. I can't think off the top
of my head. You know,
I can't think of anybody. Not off the top of my head.
Let me see. I'm trying to think if I'm right on this one. I gotta fact check myself.
No, I don't think any wide receiver, any running back. When I go top 10,
Thomas said Josh Allen.
Josh Allen went to Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming.
That's a small, but still Power 5, but that's a very small school. Yeah, very small school.
Timothy Lyons says Moss. Who was Moss?
Randy Moss, but he's not a current player.
Marshall's a Power 5.
Yeah, very small Power 5, but it was Power 5.
I'm trying to think of it for right now. Right now, nothing jumps off my mind. I mean, that somebody who is like one of the bigger names in the game. I can think of some smaller names, but they haven't like proven themselves in the league yet. Like if we're thinking about, you know, a big name, I can't think of one right now.
But the issue is that Shador, like he said it himself, he's playing against the number 1 cornerback in college football every week in practice. His margin of error is little to none, or he's going to look stupid. So iron sharpens iron. And i.e. why the kid went out the first game of the year and threw for 500 freaking yards. You know, and guess what? The game film, I can't wait till the game film hits the coach's portal tomorrow. Because the game film for Shador, elite. Shador is, if you had to go right now, he's a top 5 quarterback in college football. If you had to go today, he's a top 5 quarterback in college football.
That's spicy.
Second round.
As of the day, but Tate, second round with a bullet. Late first, early second with a bullet. But like I said, I want to see him against Oregon. I want to see him against USC. They split both those games, or oh God forbid, win both of them. Oh my God, Shador's going to walk away with the Heisman. If they beat USC and Oregon, Shador Sanders is going to win the Heisman Trophy. I'm telling you right now.
Thomas said Wyoming is Mountain West. That's not Power 5.
Well, hey, not Power 5. Small school, but yeah, Josh Allen. If that's the case, he would be the best.
But it's still D1 though. I mean. We say Power 5. We talk about the major conferences.
Buffalo is D1 university, and what's the linebacker that Chicago traded?
Khalil Mack. Yeah. But they in the MAC. The MAC is not Power 5, but it's D1. A lot of good players come from the MAC.
Facts. We in MAC country up here, Tate. That's where we was born and raised, MAC country. Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt.
So let's go ahead and let's switch some gears, man. We'll definitely get into the top 25 and how they fared, but I want to give, you know, Ohio State the opportunity to kind of the opportunity to talk about the Ohio State game yesterday, where Ohio State beat Indiana 23-3, conference opponent. How you feeling about this, man? How you feeling about this, G?
Man, listen, fellas, I'm gonna tell you like a TI is right now today. Kyle McCord is not that guy. We've been saying all along, screaming all along. God knows I've been on him. He's not that guy. Is he a decent quarterback? I still got to see that. But the issue was in the offseason, and I'm quoting what Coach Day said, not what anybody else, what he said. He said that Devin Brown earned his way to get reps and play quite a bit. And he feels like he had 2 starters. And he said that both guys would see serviceable action in week 1. Kyle McCord ran out there and laid an egg. He's not that guy. He did the same thing in the spring game. He's been showing you who he's all along. Devin Brown has to play way more because we don't have tape on Devin Brown. So I might be high on him right now, but we got to get tape to show. But I think when you say apples to apples and who's better, Devin Brown's better. But you ain't going to be able to see it until we get him on the field. So moving forward, Buckeye fans, get ready to be frustrated if he keeps running McCord out there. Brown has to play. And we only got 2 weeks to get ready for Notre Dame. He played. Somebody tried to tell me that I was all on that about with C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud's first game, he was 13 of 22, 397 yards, 4 touchdowns against Minnesota. Kyle McCord was less than 70% completion, 239 yards and an interception. That is not apples to apples. My frustration always was with Stroud is he wouldn't run. Kyle McCord is not that guy. So we need to get Devin Brown in there ASAP, in my opinion, to give the Buckeyes a chance. If not, it's going to be a long season for Coach Day. A long season. They got Wisconsin, they got Notre Dame, they got Michigan, they got Penn State. It's going to be a long season. Now, they got a heck of a defense. Their defense is ready to roll. They got some heck of a running backs, too. They got some running backs, but you can't have Emeka Buka and Marvin Harrison Jr. frustrated. You just can't have it. And that's because the quarterback ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing.
So let me ask you a question. Tate, and this is for you, Tate. And let me finish this by Morpheus. Morpheus says, I think Deion is done in 2 years. When Shador gets drafted, he's done. He'll pay Colorado back for any years left on his contract with the endorsement money he's making. I won't say that. I'll say that he might be done at Colorado, but he's not done coaching. I think he'll probably end up, G said it, Florida State. Tate, what do you think about this whole Ohio State game, man? How'd you feel about it yesterday?
Man, them jokers looked trash yesterday, man.
Damn.
But I keep in mind that they opened up against a Big Ten opponent. Typically, you get to open up against the Sisters of Mercy State and all kind of teams like that, where you kind of get it going. But yeah, that offense didn't look good enough yesterday. I don't know if that is attributed to Kyle McCord and how bad that he may have played, or do we need to give Indiana defense a little more credit than what we giving them? But I'm not worried. I think Ohio State plays Youngstown State next weekend.
Yeah.
In the Horseshoe, and then they got one more game after that, I think, before they play Notre Dame.
Yeah, they got 2 more games, 2 trash.
Okay. Games. Yeah. So I think they'll get their momentum and mojo going and stuff like that. So I'm not worried yet, but Ryan Day need to be worried. Ryan Day need to be making sure that they execute all through practice this week and the games next week. Yep. You can't afford. I mean, I think you need to play Devin Brown equal time that you do Kyle McCord, so you can the next 2 games, so you can see which one of them is going to be the best option going into Notre Dame. Because right now it's just not necessarily Kyle McCord that we can see. They need to compete in these next 2 games and have it out with each other. Yeah, the defense looked great yesterday, though. Not worried about that. You typically in Ohio State country, we worried about the defense.
Yeah.
Right now, we worry about the offense. So I'm kind of not worried. I think Ryan Day and Brian Hartline and those running backs and Marvin Harrison and the other receiver, what's his name?
Emeka Bukas.
Oh yeah, Emeka Buka. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about them guys yet, man. So we'll see how it plays out over the next couple of weeks. But they look really bad yesterday.
Yeah, Rod Simpson said, so what you're telling me, the DB is good if you don't have film on them. Timothy Lyons said, you're in trouble, bro. Aquatic Life said, if he gets a top quarterback when his son leaves for the draft, you think he'll leave established? That is what he's trying to do. He is leaving. Yeah. But look for him. Yeah, they're talking about prime. Roger Simpson said, Indiana has a good defense. A lot of credit goes to them. They play good. Their defense.
Indiana's going 3-9, bro. They're going 3-9.
The first Jackie Somerville said first time in many years. Welcome, Jackie. I do think this is the first time that I've seen you, and it's a Facebook comment.
That's my Aunt Jackie.
Hey, Jackie. Hey, Jackie.
Out in Cali.
Yeah. And Tim P said Harrison Jr. Who? Right. Hey, what's going on? What is going on? B Dirt, man. How you doing? Rod said I was told by a Buckeye fan that OSU will lose 4 games this year. Wow.
And I'm telling you, and you know what? He ain't got a talking mystery. I'm telling you right now, they can lose 4 games. They can lose to Wisconsin, Notre Dame, Penn State, and Michigan.
Are you
better quarterback play?
Are you saying you're that Buckeye fan?
He talking in mystery. I ain't got no problem with putting myself out there. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Them boys can lose 4 games if they don't get better quarterback play.
But here's my question. Here's my question. You said that Julian Fleming. You had talked about Julian this year. Yeah. Him and Cade Stover were the leading receivers. They had 6 and 5. Cade had 5 catches for 98 yards. Julian 6 for 58. Marvin, this is what concerned me. Marvin and Emeka both had 5 catches together. One had 2, the other had 3 for less than 34 yards. That's concerning.
You know why? Because I got feet on the ground down in Ohio State. Kyle McCord takes the check down all the time, and he throws consistently in the triple coverage across the middle. He's not going to throw it deep.
Big G. Well, why? I had my TV on mute. Why did that touchdown to Marvin Harrison get called back? What happened?
Because the outside cornerback from Notre Dame pushed him out of bounds, and he didn't come back in time to establish that he was back in the field of play without getting touched by another player.
Indiana though, not Notre Dame. But yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
okay.
So they call it illegal touching.
Yeah, they call it illegal touching. But the issue was this: it's because he had to go wide because McCord can't throw a deep ball. That's why he went wide. Because if McCord could throw a deep ball, he would have ran an inside route and went straight up the seam. He can't throw a deep ball.
But in the plays that Devin Brown played, he didn't look all that good either, though.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Tate. Devin Brown got 1 series in the whole game. He had 2 running plays and a quarterback run play, which Luke Montgomery, the freshman from Findlay, got blown up at the defensive end position. And the quarterback got hit. Devin Brown didn't come back in the game until 1 minute and 43 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. So how in the world could you see what he was supposed to do? And that's what we talking about. I got an issue with Coach Day because you got to be able to have the kid. You can't run him back home with the 3s. You got to put him in there with the 1s and see what he can do. So this could be, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Day is in a little trouble. Ryan Day better get it together, or Ryan Day ain't gonna have a job. I'm telling you right now, he's got a
and Ohio State will fire him in season if it starts to get bad early.
Quick, I don't know why these Buckeye fans act like he won't get canned. They will fire Ryan Day. Listen. They done did it before and they'll do it again. They will fire a coach and they won't even think twice about it.
He said, listen.
I'm trying to tell you, people don't understand. The standard of Ohio State is the standard. And when you got a guy who's on the bench that could be better than the guy you ran out there, you got to play him. If you don't play him, you're in trouble.
So, Rod, I have to say there's 2 Ohio State fans here, and Tate and G both said they seem to think that they'll take the axe out and get him in the middle of the season. So, I mean, you're a little bit outnumbered on this one, man. You're a little bit outnumbered. Gavin, great to see you today. Say, anyway, how long do you think Kyle McCord would last as a starter?
By Notre Dame, he's out of there. But if they split time, these next 2 games with reps, Devin Brown is going to show you that he's a better quarterback. But listen, this is not new. Buckeye fans, we've seen this before. We saw this with Troy Smith and Justin Swick. We saw this with Joe Germain and Stanley Jackson. We even saw this with JT Barrett and Cardale Jones. This is not new. This is not a new thing. This happens in Ohio State anytime you don't have a super duper guy running out there quarterback. And every time the people like me and others have always said who was better. I'm telling you right now, Devin Brown's better than him. He's better, but he's got to put it on tape. And I just hope they give him an opportunity to put it on tape.
Che, what's popping? Che jumps in and says, talk about it. Talk about it.
I tell you, bro.
Little Neff Che Digger.
Yeah, sure,
Jackie, she said, Urban said 3 things OSU expect. Win all games. 2, don't lose conference. 3, don't lose the biggest rival. Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely. So we're just going to jump into the 25 before we switch gears. Georgia beat, and there was a whole bunch of basketball scores yesterday. Just know that. Georgia beat UT Martin 48-7. Michigan beat East Carolina 30-3. Ohio State 23-3. Alabama beat Middle Tennessee 56-7. USC basketball scored 66-14 against Nevada. That's, somebody who's still in quote unquote Power 5. Penn State 38 to West Virginia's 50.
And they look good. They look good too.
Well,
They
Penn
look
State
good.
got a lot on defense. They loaded.
Quarterbacking. They
loaded on defense. Washington, and the quarterback looked excellent in this game. Washington 56 to Boise State's 19. Texas 37-10. I got my thoughts about that. I feel like you. I'm gonna say something like this, man. The quarterback needs to learn how to throw the deep ball. Quinn needs to learn how to throw the deep ball. We got people running. They so wide open they can stop, tie their shoes, eat a sandwich, do a cartwheel, still get back and catch the ball in time if he can get it to him. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. He can't throw.
I seen some of that game. That's fact.
It looks like he's trying to throw moon balls. I don't understand it.
Hey, can I ask Big G a question? I'm looking at Kari's comment about Penn State. Who is Penn State's quarterbacking this year?
His last name is Alter, Alter. He was a true freshman last year, and he came in and took over at the end for the quarterback. And that's been the issue with James Franklin all along. He ain't never had no quarterback. This kid was a top 5, 300 recruit at quarterback position. He's ready to roll. They got 2 dog freshman running backs. They sophomores this year. They got some speed on the outside.
Yeah, I know about the running backs. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Penn State quarterback, nice. He nice.
Yeah, definitely. And here again, we had Tennessee. Now, he looks good. That's a big old brother out there, man.
You know too.
He looks good.
Yeah, that's Milton. He transferred from Michigan. He was a Michigan guy, and then he transferred to Tennessee.
Man, that brother there look good, man. The Tennessee 49-13 over Virginia. Definitely Notre Dame 56-3 over Tennessee State.
Sam Hartman looked good. Sam Hartman up there for the Heisman. Let Sam Hartman beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
Sam Hartman is the winner for that Heisman.
Look, Oregon put up a basketball score 81-7. 81-7. That's so ugly.
Yeah, Bo Nix is a beast. But it's like I said when I said Ohio State played Indiana. Everybody else is playing the little brother.
They playing the bad news Bears. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else out there playing the bad news Bears. Kansas State plays Southeast Missouri State 45-0. They beat them. Of course, Colorado played TCU 45-42. Good game. Wisconsin 38-17. Oklahoma with another basketball score 73-0. It's just horrible. North Carolina, South Carolina. That's 31-17. Ole Miss with another basketball score, 73-7, playing Mercer. Texas A&M 52-10, beating New Mexico, and Tulane 37-17, beating South Alabama. Iowa number 25, 24-14 over Utah State. A lot of mismatches. I mean, it looked bad. It was a lot of basketball scores inside of it. But we got some more games tonight. We got one more game tonight,
baby. The big game
that we're looking forward to. Florida State versus LSU. Talk to me about this one, Tate. Talk to me about this one.
That's a good one. Jordan Travis is in his second year starting at Florida State. Jaden Daniels is his second year starting at LSU. He transferred from Arizona State last year. This should be a good game. I mean, Florida State, I got to go with the SEC, man. I mean, LSU is one of my dark horse national championship contenders. So I'm going to go with LSU, and I expect it to be a close game, maybe 39-35, something like that.
Ooh, 39-35. Good. Hey, I like it. Hey, I got to hear from G. Stradamus. What we talking, G? Talk to me.
Man. Listen, man. I'm going to pull the sign out and tell you. G. Stradamus, man, this dang on Florida State team is the best they've had in a long time. That Jordan Travis definitely is a dark horse Heisman, but they have SEC talent in the trenches. And that's been the holdup for Florida State for several years. When I'm telling you they got dudes that can get after you, and they got dudes that can block. So I like the ACC Florida State Seminoles, man. I've watched pretty much all the ACC games this weekend because I run a college football podcast with an ACC guy. Shout out to Andy P on the Level Up podcast. He's got me believing in them ACC teams. I watched Clemson. I watched North Carolina. I'm going to watch Florida State tonight. And, man, look, them ACC teams ain't no punk, man. That Louisville-Georgia Tech was a great game. Louisville ain't no punk. So them ACC squads, they nice, man.
Real quick, I got to let you and Tate defend yourself. I can't let this go in the chat. Timothy Lyons is coming off. He said OSU was favored by 29.5 points. He said IU is awful. OSU is supposed to kill them. Don't give us that excuse because they played another Big Ten school.
It's not a fact. It is another Big Ten school. And we've heard in the live chat comments already, Indiana has a good defense. So, yeah, OSU was supposed to win by 29 points. I would have thought that. You know what I mean? But the offense didn't play well. The defense held them to 3. Offense didn't play well. They got 2 weeks to get ready to whoop Timothy Lyons' Notre Dame team. So, pump your brakes, Tim. That whooping coming still, and you will be in corner time because you bet Big G.
Bet him, Tate. Bet him too, Tate. Come on, Tate, jump in and bet him.
Man, don't try and hype me up, man. I ain't betting nobody.
Come on, bet him.
Oh,
man. Come on, man.
So we got Timothy Lyons getting all hype, and so tonight's game I roll with Tate. LSU gonna whoop that behind. LSU is the only team I see that is like a traditional SEC team, and they're loaded. They're loaded. Jonathan Taylor's son at tight end, the quarterback, defense is stout. They're loaded, man. They're really loaded. So I
Jason Taylor, Jonathan Taylor, ain't old enough to have kids
Jason
that old.
Taylor, excuse me, I'm sorry. His Auntie Joy is on the thing. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying?
Do I know his Auntie Joy, boy? Wow.
B Dirt said Indiana would beat Navy by 21.
No, that's not facts. That's not facts.
Okay.
No, they wouldn't.
So here we go. The next thing we got, man, Tate, I'm gonna let you start this because this was definitely your graphic, man. Let's talk about this. Who is gonna be the MVP? Who do we think is gonna be this year's MVP? And I got the question mark up there because if it's somebody we're not seeing on the picture. Who you got, Tate, man? Out of these 4, who you got being the MVP this year?
Jalen Hurts had the number 5 odds. We missing somebody. We missing, is it Justin Herbert? It's Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert should have been up there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, but of those 5, man, I probably gotta go with I probably would go with Josh Allen. I think this could be Josh Allen's year. He's gonna fend off the rest of the teams in the AFC East. You got a little more competition coming with. You get to go head to head with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Miami's gonna be good, so I think they're gonna be in some shootouts, man. So I expect Josh Allen's numbers to be better than they was last year and back to like where he was in 2020 when he was second in MVP vote. So if I'm picking from here, I pick Josh Allen. But yeah, I'll let you guys decide who you think it might be. Then we can each name a dark horse we think might have a chance to win MVP.
Thanks. You mute, Mod.
I said I definitely like it. I like it. Talk to me, G. Who do you got out here winning this MVP?
Man, it ain't no question. The dude in the green with the number 1 on his jersey is the MVP of the NFL this year. He'd have won it last year. Outside of him getting hurt, he was the best quarterback, the best player in the NFL last year. And they retooled. He got a dog running back now, but by Swift running with him. The defense is full of, they might as well be Georgia North, and he got a whole bunch of offense rocking with him. The boy number 1, Jalen Hurts, he's a dog. Take boy fresh. I might take Jalen Hurts in the first round of the fantasy football.
Cut it out,
just because he's that good, man. Jalen Hurts is a dog. He's a dog.
But
There you go. There you go. There go Big
But
G.
you're
Man.
not that foolish. And I like Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts statistically takes a step down this year a little bit. I think he's gonna have a great year. I mean, he'll be in the top 5 MVP voting, but he's not gonna lead. They're not gonna have the record they had last year. I think they was 13-4. I got them 11, 12 wins, down wins a little bit. I don't think he'll get as many rushing touchdowns. I think the backfield is more serviceable this year, and they're gonna run a lot more of those rushing touchdowns he had in. And and he only had 21 pass TDs last year. So, he's going to take a step back a little bit, but still one of the best quarterbacks in the league, though. But we talk about MVP.
Yeah, MVP. And if we're talking about MVP, for me, out of these people that are shown, it's definitely Patty Mahomes. Definitely Patty Mahomes. I mean, he's like that. We were talking about Travis Hunter being him earlier. Patty Mahomes is him. He's that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely the one who I could see being the NFL MVP. He's got a couple more weapons. Sky Moore's in year 2. Definitely got some more help over there. I mean, for real, I just feel like, when it comes down to it, Patty is the best one in that picture. Now, if we're talking dark horses.
The thing about that, though, Maz, I think you're gonna get a little bit of Patrick Mahomes fatigue this year too, though. So I mean, I think you got to factor that in. I mean, I think he puts the thing about all these guys is that are pictured up here as favorite MVP candidates. They all play in tough divisions.
Facts.
So you might have to kind of think about somebody that play in one of those weaker divisions that could blow up. And I got my dark horse candidate for that.
Who is that, Jay?
I've already got my dark horse, but we'll let you start.
Hope I don't steal yours, man. But give me that young fella up in Chicago by the name of Justin Fields.
Ooh.
I think Chicago can potentially win that division, maybe win 9-10 games. I think Fields passes for 3,300 and rushes for 1,000 and is responsible for, say, 35 to 40 touchdowns.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
That's a good take.
He was actually my second.
That.
He was actually my second dark horse. I'm about to make Big G mad and throw up all types of signs and muzzle at the mouth, but I'm saying it with my freaking chest. My dark horse for winning the MVP is Dakota Rain Prescott.
Oh my God.
Dakota Rain Prescott is my first dark horse to win the MVP. Definitely. Tom, I had to do it. He said, don't do it. I had to do it because I believe it. I believe it.
You with a double sign right now. I wish the people could see you.
Hold on. I'll definitely let them be able to see it.
Look at that.
There's a reason why I say this. There's a reason why, just like Tate went into his dissertation of why he saw things happen, which was very educated. I love an educated football conversation. The last time Dak had 3 effective weapons, he threw for 47 and 4,900 yards. That is a stat that you can see online that actually happened. So, you know what I'm saying? You could say, yeah, he's trash or this, that, and the third. All I can say is when he's had weapons, he produced.
I don't think that's a bad take. That's fair. I mean, I think Dak is like in the top 10, like maybe around 9 or 10 in MVP betting odds. So he's in there. I mean, but Dallas needs him to have a good season. They don't need him to have a good season. I mean, they need him to get them performing the playoffs. That's where the rubber meets the road. Yeah, I have no doubt he can pass for 4,500 and 35, 40 touchdowns. No doubt at all.
Yeah, definitely. So that would be my first dark horse. Tate took my second. G, it's on you, man. Who would be your dark horse for the MVP?
If I got to say a true dark horse and a position that hadn't won in a long time, I'm gonna go with a running back position, man. I think the Saquon Barkley can win the NFL MVP this year.
Ooh.
I think Saquon Barkley can rush for about 1,500 yards. I think Saquon Barkley can catch for anywhere between 500 and 700 yards receiving out the backfield. So I think Saquon Barkley is going to have a special season this year with the New York Football Giants. But if I got to stay in a quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. If I got to stay in a quarterback, Trevor Lawrence plays, like Tate said, in a trash division, and he can put up gaudy numbers, and they
got weapons,
win a whole bunch of games, and they got better weapons. They got Ridley.
Got weapons. Yeah.
So, but I like Saquon Barkley, man. I like Saquon.
Yeah, Barkley. I like. He got Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Travis Etienne, Ingram. What's the other guy? He got one more receiver. I can see him. His afro's always misshaped in every picture.
Yeah. But I can't even call the dude name. Jones. Jones, wide receiver Jones. But he can win it though. He could.
He can.
But Saquon, man, I like Saquon for 15 and 6.
Big G.
Yeah.
Saquon will be my first round pick tonight in our draft.
Hey, you better pick before me, buddy, because I'm taking Saquon.
Hey, I was 7.
You better pick before me.
You just said you were taking Jalen Hurts.
Man, I got to send out smoke signals, dog. Send out smoke signals, man. I got to keep it moving. It's like 3-card money. I can't let Tate Boy Fresh know what's going on.
Hey, Tate,
I'll tell the fantasy league, y'all better pick before me because I'm taking Saquon.
In my fantasy, that's who I picked. That's who I got. Saquon Barkley.
I'm taking Saquon right off the bat.
Saquon. Where your boy Pollard going? Probably like the second round.
Nah, somebody gonna grab him first in the first round. Somebody's gonna grab him. If you're grabbing running backs and the top 5 are gone, you better jump on Tony Pollard. He's gonna have some numbers.
But if the top 5 are going, do you grab them at the end of the first round, or do you go ahead and take somebody like Travis Kelce or Jamar Chase or somebody like that, and then come back and get a running back? I mean, if the top 5 running backs go, I'm not picking Pollard if I got to pick 8 or 9.
Pollard is nice though. Pollard is nice. And speaking of my fantasy team, I'll tell you my roster real quick.
He got a nice team, y'all. He got a nice
Justin
team.
Fields at my quarterback, Saquon at 1 running back, Etienne at the 2nd running back, DJ Moore first wide receiver, George Pickens 2nd. Then I have Jawan Johnson, New Orleans Saints tight end. Jamal Williams is my flex at running back, but I'm probably going to put Brandon Cooks in too because I like him there. Then I got Gabe Davis, Kenny Pickett, Tyler Boyd, Jalen Warren from Pittsburgh, Zay Jones, and Sam Laporta. That's
you
my
got a nice squad.
That's not bad. How many teams is that?
12.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
You got a nice squad. Nice. You better thank his brother because his brother had to talk him off the ledge because this fool was talking about drafting a defense in the 5th round.
I got Dallas Cowboys.
I said, dog, don't do it.
I got that. Listen, you see how you hear how good my team was, right? I got the Cowboys defense.
Oh, that's a win.
In the 5th round.
What you doing calling Big G for draft decisions? You got the big homie 2-time champion right here.
Hey, you know I
probably should have called.
It was your birthday, Tate. It was your birthday. I couldn't disturb you on your birthday.
Big G, hold your fact sign up and say when I say I'm the only 2-time champion. Hold the fact sign up.
Regrettably, I have to say it. I gotta say it.
So something that Tate didn't have a slide for this one, but something I want to ask. Who's the comeback player of the year in the NFL? Chat, y'all tell me who y'all think is the comeback player of the year. I'll start. Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson's the comeback player of the year. Who you got, Tate?
Going down that avenue, I hadn't thought about that. I didn't know that question was coming, but just based off you saying Lamar Jackson, I'm gonna stay in division and say, "Oh, freaky." Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun, I like that one too. I like that. Big G, who you got for the comeback player of the year?
Michael Thomas, wide receiver, New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints, I like
comeback player of the year. He's going to have 75 to 90 catches for over 1,000, and he's going to win comeback player of the year. Mark it on your calendar. That's straight up G Stradamus. I'm telling you. Now all these guys got to stay healthy. But from a G Stradamus standpoint, I'm telling you, Michael Thomas is that guy.
Michael Thomas is watching everything G do. G stay Ohio State. Now hold up your bias sign right now, Big G.
That ain't no bias. I'm telling you what Mike Thomas gonna do. He got Chris Olave.
Hey, if y'all see this man draft all Ohio State people for the draft, you tell him he's biased. Listen, this is coming from the same man. Listen, chat. I want y'all to know something, chat. This is real. This is real. This is my brother is gonna die, and when he dies, he already told me to do this. He said he wants to be buried in a scarlet and gray casket, and he want me to hit a pride sticker on the casket and knock him out of it. That's what he wants. Yeah. So this man loves Ohio State, and he's probably gonna draft all Ohio State.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna draft Ohio. I'm gonna have at least one though. I'm gonna have at least one Buckeye.
He gonna draft Zeke. He thinks Zeke coming back.
No, I'm getting Justin Fields. Why you playing? I'm getting Justin Fields. Why you playing?
That's my guy. Trust me.
So we got K Green in one of these. We got DeMar Hamlin. We got Deshaun Watson.
K Green. Who is K Green?
Yeah, K Green. Aquatic Life. Who's K Green? Talk to me about that.
No, you're not talking about Kendrick Green. The Steelers just traded.
That's what she talking about. That's what she talking about. Oh, wow.
So we got Lamar Jackson. And Claude said to you guys, televising your fantasy draft. That's an idea. You probably should have did that. You probably should have televised your draft. Next year, that's an idea to kind of put out there, because I think people would get a kick out of that. She said, "Yep,
man."
Kendrick.
Only thing in our fantasy draft, there'd be a lot of F-bombs dropped, man. It's just a lot of stuff going on over there, man. Folks get upset when it go down, man, in the draft, man.
So we got the next thing here, the defensive player of the year. We got Michael Parsons, we got Nicky Bosa, we got Garrett, and we have TJ Watt. Who you guys picking? Talk to me.
Tate, you know where I'm going already, so you go.
It's coming down. It's coming down between Micah and TJ. Period. That's all. Period. Dot. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's gonna come down to whoever has the most sacks. I think they both 19's the floor guys.
Yeah.
So it's coming down between them. I mean, but Bosa messed himself up holding out. He came on late last year and passed Michael Parsons.
Facts.
TJ Watt fully healthy. TJ about to be a beast, but Micah gonna be a beast too. I'm between those two guys. I'll let Big G take it from there and give him what his assessments of it though.
G, talk to me.
I'm right there with you, Tate. I think both of those two is the front runners, 1 and 2. It's gonna come down to who leads the league in sacks. Watt stays healthy the whole year. Stat record facts is the sack record might go down. It might go down this year. We talked about that on the Homies podcast on Friday about what record we see could go down. I said the receiving record, but the NFL sack record could go down this year with TJ Watt being healthy all 17 games. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. So I give him the nod, but I wouldn't be shocked if Michael win it, because Michael a dog. And the Dallas Cowboys, so this way, so y'all know, I ain't biased with the Cowboys. I'm just biased against Dak Prescott. The Dallas Cowboys defense is some dogs. They top 3 in the league. They coming after you, and they going to get after you. But if Micah, TJ, I'm going to go TJ.
Che said Myles Garrett. That's a good one. That's a good one, Che.
That's a good one. But Che, one of the biggest Brown fans I know, and he better he better be ready for that draft tonight. He probably gonna pick somebody like Kirk Cousins in the first round.
He's going to draft 2 quarterbacks back-to-back. Watch. First, second pick. He's going to draft 2 quarterbacks.
Listen, I don't understand. Let me just give some people some, because not everybody that's in your draft is in this live. I just need y'all to understand about fantasy football. Don't go drafting a quarterback in the first 2 rounds. Why would you do that? Why? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.
Hey, Mod, I'm taking Justin Fields in round 2. I'm putting that out there.
I'm taking Justin Fields and Jalen Hurts in round 2. I'm trying to tell you. I ain't messing around this year, dog. I'm trying to tell you. I get it, bro. I get it.
A lot of gamesmanship going on in this conversation. They're really gaming each other. Y'all don't know it, but I'm gonna tell you they're gaming. This is the biggest game of chess that I've seen between these 2 guys in a while, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being a fan. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I just want you to know, fantasy football, you draft your quarterback in round 3. It's made for round 3. You know what I'm saying? Your biggest point getters is out, and it's shifting because wide receivers get money now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's shifting, but you still need you need running backs. You need running backs. You need running backs. So please draft accordingly. Please, in your draft accordingly. All right. So my defensive player of the year, I definitely think it's between the 2. It's between 11 and 90. And it's going to come down to, that's why I'm telling you, this sets up so perfect. I would love. I'm telling you, if it happened, I'm screaming for joy. Jesus, I'm telling you, I'm going in. If it happened that these 2 ended up playing each other in the Super Bowl, it would be so great for me. 11 and 90.
And the Steelers?
Yes, that would be so great for me. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to buy tickets. I'm gonna fly there and just be outside. It is what it is. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if the Cowboys and the Steelers go to the Super Bowl, we pulling up.
I gotta pull up.
Bro. We pulling
I
up.
gotta pull up. It would just be so lovely, man. It would be so lovely. I would really want to see that happen. If that happened, oh my gosh. But I do think these are the 4 best defensive players in the league right here that you see on the screen. It is. They're the 4 best defensive players in the league. Take out that right man. And I like the 2 best, I think, is TJ and Micah. You know, they're just dogs. They're just dogs for real. And here's the bonus. Rookie of the year. Who we thinking? I'm gonna start with you, Tate. Who we thinking? Rookie of the year.
Oh, rookie of the year, I probably would have to roll with your boy down in the ATL, Bijan Robinson. I mean, he gonna get the most work. He gonna have the most food on his plate. That offense gonna go through him, just like Big G said. Saquon Barkley, MVP dark horse. This guy gonna get the same type of usage rate and touches and stuff that we talking about Saquon having in New York. That offense going to go through him. If it goes through him, then Ritter can have a good season, and we're going to see a little more this year from Kyle Pitts. I had traded for Kyle Pitts in one of my 2 leagues last year. And I was
so mad at Kyle Pitts.
Kyle
man.
Pitts did not. But I think it was more so the coach. It was Arthur Smith. It was more so the coaching, man. I mean, you got to get that guy the ball.
I was so hurt, man. I mean, real. When I say I was hurt, I was just broken. I was broken for real. I was broken.
Claude
said, Mod hasn't heard of a guy named Minka Fitzpatrick. Hey,
Minka dark horse for defensive MVP. Him and Sauce Gardner. Him and Sauce.
Sauce good. Sauce defensive rookie of the year last year. I get it, but 11 and 90 is all that. And then
I agree, but if you're gonna go with a DB, Minka and Sauce can get it. They can get it. Well, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They both can get it.
So Thomas said, I don't think the quarterbacks are gonna do well enough year 1 to get it. I don't know. I don't know. But Big G, talk to me about your rookie of the year. I want to hear your rookie of the year.
And man, I like who Tate said with Bijan. I think that's the odds-on favorite to win it. I'm gonna go with my dark horse, who I've been saying all the time. And Tate, you can call me biased and whatever. Jackson Smith and Juka, man, can win Rookie of the Year. Ohio State Buckeye receivers coming to the league and light the league up. That's what they do. So if Jackson Smith and Juka plays like how we think he can play, Jackson Smith and Juka can get a whole bunch of catches and a whole bunch of yards.
Our receiver on the Seattle Seahawks.
Going to be the second receiver real quick, fast, and hurry. Quick, fast, and hurry going to be the second.
He passes Tyler Lockett?
Quickly.
Gino got a report with Tyler Lockett.
That's facts. But I think Gino likes Jackson.
Chase said Richardson will win if the Colts win 8 games. I think Richardson has a chance if the Colts win 6 games.
Hey man,
see, man, I love
6 games.
I love Che, man. You know, Che, that's my nephew. I love you, nephew. But see, it takes like this, man. The Colts ain't gonna win no 8 games.
They won't win 8 games. I think they won't win 8, but I think he'll look good enough in the 4 to 6 games that they will win. They're gonna win 4 to 6.
Rookie of the year. I got the over him getting 20 interceptions more than I do him getting 20 touchdowns.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. I agree. Tate, I agree with that. But you see I hit Che with the stop it sign. Stop it, Che. Just stop it.
Because he said Colts setting up for failure. You know, I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go different though. I'm gonna go CJ Stroud. Go CJ Stroud, Rookie of the Year. DeMarco Ryans is gonna get a lot out of his team this year.
Stop it, Mark.
I don't think they win a lot, but I think he actually puts up some numbers.
They ain't got no line, man. They traded for one of our scrubs to try to help protect that boy.
Yeah, they need somebody to
Stroud
protect.
Gonna be out there getting killed, bro.
But I think he'll do well enough. Tate, you already spoke on your Rookie of the Year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I picked Bijan.
Yeah, you took my pick, so I had to go with the other one. So Thomas said Richardson's going to have a low completion percentage and throw a lot of picks. Wow, right. So but all of y'all believe that this man's going to throw 95 picks. So
he ain't going to throw 95, but he ain't going to be – it's going to be about even, you know.
It ain't going to be even. He going to throw more picks. He played, 11 games in the SEC I mean, now we all know he's a project with high upside, so I hope he reaches that. But this ain't gonna be the year.
No. He gonna run for a lot of touchdowns. He'll run for a lot of yards because he's 6'4", 250 pounds. You know,
he might get 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to parting shots, man, I'm gonna put this graphic up, man. I need for you to kind of introduce what we're talking about here, Tate. Go ahead, give us some talk here.
Oh man, the KnoitAllz crew, man. This is it's yourself, Mod. It's Big G, B Dirt, Pay, the little fella, Relly Hall, and myself, man. We all over trying to just all help each other and blow up, man. We all got different responsibilities and channels and shows on the Fans First Sports Network. Mod, you got the Cowboy channel, Texas Longhorn channel. Me and Big G doing a couple shows on the Steel Curtain Network. We got the Cavaliers. Big G recently got his college football level up started. B Dirt and Pay, obviously both on us, on the homies, on the Steel Curtain Network. And B Dirt got to Running Through the Jungle channel, and Pay is heading up that Bear Claw. And Relly just getting on with me and Big G, but he already is a presence in Cleveland Cavalier media and the Cleveland Cavalier sphere. We're glad to bring him on to the pod. He's really a big help. But yeah, so that's what this is all about, man. The KnoitAllz crew, that's us.
Yeah, facts for sure, man. KnoitAllz coming together like Voltron, baby. Coming together like Voltron.
What's Voltron, Big G?
Voltron is that robot that we saw in the 80s, man. They was all powerful individuals, animals, but when they came together, they was unstoppable. Nobody can stop Voltron when it comes together, baby. And that's what the KnoitAllz crew do. We come together like Voltron.
Jackie, we thank you for the love. Man, definitely something I need to say about this. Make sure that you watch, you listen There's going to be Cavs shows that'll be uploaded to the Know-It-All podcast YouTube show channel. You're going to see Longhorn shows uploaded there, and then some of the college takes that G has. We're going to definitely have them there as well. I mean, we want the home base here is the Know-It-Alls, and that's what we do. But definitely make sure that you listen to Running Through the Jungle, and make sure you listen to Pay the Bear Claw. Make sure you tap in with Relly. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here. And Big G and Tate, of course, with Pump Your Brakes. I mean, these guys have been really putting in work. And I just got to say this. They don't know that I'm about to say what I'm about to say, but this is the truth. It takes time. It takes sacrifice. Each one of them has upped their game and really put a lot of time and a lot of effort into what they do. And you know, it's important. I know that a lot of people don't understand it, you know, because to them it just seems like something we do in pastime, but it's a passion. And these guys love what they do. They're taking what they're doing seriously. So please, you know, make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure that you tell and share with other people and let them know that, you know, hey, man, Know-It-Alls is out here, man. Know-It-All is out here doing what we do because we know it all. And definitely we're going to jump to our parting shots, man. Talk to me, Tate. Give me your parting shots for this week, bro.
Hey, man, in the famous words of Aaron Rodgers and Big G, both, Ohio State fans, relax. Yesterday was game 1 against a Big Ten opponent, on the road. Seems like I remember a few years ago, maybe in 2016, Indiana gave Ohio State a tough game back then in Bloomington.
Yep.
So you know, yeah. So just go ahead and relax. I mean, the offense gotta get used to game speed and kind of coalesce together and build that rapport. Whether it's Kyle McCord or whether it's Devin Brown, they'll be all right. And that's all I got to say. Ohio State will be undefeated when it's time to play Michigan, and we'll see who goes to the college football playoffs then.
Ooh. Ooh. Tate.
Ooh. Spicy.
Yeah,
Spicy.
yeah.
Said it with his chest. Big G, talk to me. Parting shots.
Hey, man, you know I get out with them Big G burners, man. I blows it up over here, man. I got a burner, man, that might even tick Mod off a little bit.
Hey, Big G.
What's up?
Is that a new hat? That hat better than your other Ohio State bucket hat.
Man, I got.
No, you had the Ohio State Nick Saban hat. I like that one better.
I got some spicy stuff. I got a Ohio State Buckeye coaching shirt on. Thanks to my son-in-law. Bless you, man, for blessing me, man. But I got some spicy stuff coming. Wait till you get the G Stradamus show for the pick'em. Oh my God, y'all gonna love it. But anyway, I got one that might take the Longhorn fans a little tough, a little tight right here. I'm telling you right now, Nick Saban is going to pull a rabbit out of his hat against Texas, man. He's going to do it, man. I don't know why I feel that way. And if it happens, Steve Sarkisian is in trouble, bro. Because he's got to either win the conference or beat Bama. And I think his coaching just ain't going to put him in position to go into Tuscaloosa and get the dub. He's got the horses. He's got the play. What you said?
He's not expected to. Alabama favor.
Man, but listen, he got the horses to do it, dog. He's got the horses to do it. It ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. But he got a coach like his job is on the line. In order to get the chip, you got to coach every week like your job is on the line.
He could lose to Alabama and win the Big 12 and be okay.
I don't know, man. Well, they're going to cheat him in the Big 12. They're going to listen. The commissioner had already called for it. The fix is on in the Big 12 this year for Texas. So they got to go ahead and handle their business this week against them Alabama Crimson Tide, or start. You in trouble, dog. You in trouble. So
Sarkisian, I know Tony Stark.
You better handle your business.
You're a Marvel fan, so I know you call it Tony Stark. I got you.
Yeah, you better.
Ryan Day hotter than Sarkisian seat.
As of right now, it is. As of right now, but after Sunday, they're gonna be equally burning up like dang on dumpster fire over there.
I don't disagree. Aquatic life, yes, and in Texas for real. Yeah, I mean, we have the potential to be. I mean, the same thing what G was talking about, you know, with quarterbacks. I see in my quarterback, he throwing moon balls. I'm gonna tell you, we have the quarterback of the future sitting on the bench.
Facts.
Malik Murphy is that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's big.
The quarterback of the future is not Manning.
Manning is special, the second string. Murphy's like that.
Man, hey. Manning. I don't know nothing about Texas football like you do mine, but Manning gonna play just because his last name Manning.
Listen, bro. To Ma's credit, let me tell you something. If that Murphy boy don't get a shot, if Quinn Ewers lay an egg, Murphy is gonna end up in Colorado. And Deion Sanders is gonna get a Heisman Trophy with that boy, man.
I'm gonna tell
that boy is that good. He really is that good.
I'm
not playing.
I heard Murphy end up at Ohio State. Now
I would respect. We're taking. Listen, well, I don't know because Aaron Nola coming next year, so I don't know.
Malik Murphy is a starter anywhere else in the Texas, anywhere else outside of Texas, and I think at this place, I'm not being hard on Ewers. I'm just saying it like it is. When you got receivers out just running wide open like they out in the middle of the street running past cars and you can't hit them. I mean, deep ball we learned that as kids. Either something's wrong with his head or something's wrong with his arms. And I believe it is with his head. But that's a whole other thing, man. That's a whole other thing. G, thank you for your parting shot, man. You know, I do believe that, you know, it could go the way that you say, but I don't know if, and I agree with Tate, you know, his seat ain't hotter than Ryan Day's. Ryan Day's seat is getting a little warm. It ain't scalding yet, but it's getting a little warm. It's definitely getting a little warm. Again, I'd like to thank everybody in the chat for being and rocking with us, man, and staying here with us, giving us an hour of your time on this Sunday, man.
Everybody hit the like in the live chat. If you ain't hit it yet.
Yes, sir. And it's not. I ain't looking in G's cup. That's probably some fruit juice that he don't need to even be drinking. Good, but he got it in the solo.
It's a Hawaiian punch mixed together, the blue and the green, dog.
He don't need to be drinking. But anyway, listen, man, I appreciate everybody for being with us. And like Tate said, please hit that like button, subscribe, watch us on Facebook. Be there with us on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter because we're live, man. We are live. And I just wanted to say, man, look, power comes from pain. If you don't go through to get it, you will not have the power to keep it. And a lot of times we run from our experiences. We run from those things that hurt us. But when you go to the gym, you're ultimately doing the same thing. You're doing what needs to be done. When you go break your body down and it hurts, you're getting stronger, right? And that's in life, it's the same principle. You got to go through certain things to come out on the other side to have the power to be able to handle the things that you're being given. You know, Spider-Man, he had a great quote, with great powers given great responsibility, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things that this comes from that same tree. It's part of that same fruit. And I'm telling you, power comes from pain. It comes from pain, and you have to go through to get certain things so you'll know what it takes to keep them. And a lot of times in this society, we're given things that we don't appreciate because we didn't go through to get them. I'll say it again. It's just like with our kids, they're ungrateful, and the people that we know, they're ungrateful because they don't know what it took to attain something, right? And relationships, I always talk about ships, and these are my ships. Relationships are the same way. You got to go through to keep them. You know what I mean? You have to go through to build them, and you have to go through to keep them. And I'm not talking about abuse. Abnormal use is not something that anybody should stay around for. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't do that. But again, you should find out something's original intent. Because if you know its original intent, you'll know what it's really used for. You know, if somebody who had never seen a CD, I gave them a CD and I said, here you go. You know what I'm saying? I say, here's a CD, and they think that this is a cup holder, a coaster. They use it for a coaster, and then now you got the circles around it. And when you go to put it in a CD player, it won't work. It won't be used for its original function because you abused it. That's abnormal use, right? So that's what I'm saying. When you know the original intent of a thing, you can use it for what it's supposed to be used for. And the only way you get to something's original intent is you go through to actually know what it is, right? You got to go through. And we got to stop avoiding those hard things. Stop avoiding hard conversations with people. Stop avoiding hard things just because it's not convenient. I'm not going to do it because it's not convenient. No, stop. Go through so you'll have the power, right? You'll get your pain comes from power, right? And then you'll have the power to keep it because you know what it took to get it. That's Mod's Moments, man. I just want to make sure that I encourage you guys. Look, again, I appreciate you guys for being with us and rocking with us this Sunday, giving up y'all time because, man, you know, time is valuable. We don't have time. Time has us. So we have to make sure that we're good stewards of that time. You know what I'm saying? Anything else we got for you guys before I get into the comments?
Nah. T-minus 1 hour and 30 minutes for this butt kicking I'm about to put on tape, boy, fresh.
Hey, next week we will share our rosters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because y'all already got mine. AJC said it. Good show. J Steve said good show. Stay blessed. Kari, Mod, Tate, and Big G. Good luck with your fantasy draft. I'm trying to hear what it is. I'm going to hear because I wish all the football on this one because them guys is crazy. Claude Bishop said you guys are great and your takes are off, but you guys are still great.
That's why I was laughing at.
Your honorary sign is up and rolling, baby.
Hey man, Claude, my guy, man.
And Afton said this explains why everything is disposable. Absolutely, because when you don't go through to get it, you will never have the power to keep it. It is just what it is. And listen, like I said, thank you for rocking with us, man. Thank you for giving us y'all's time and y'all's attention. Make sure that you share the KnoitAllz. I noticed you guys been sharing. The reason why I know last week's episodes, 110 views, it keeps just rolling. It keeps rolling. I appreciate it. But let's get up. Let's get to that 400. Help us to get to that 400, and then we're going to 1,000 and beyond. All right. For myself, for Big G, and for Tate, we gonna holla at you, man. Peace.